Hello there, my name is Sparky, and if you're one of the 26 people subscribed to my YouTube channel, you probably have no idea what you're looking at right now. But apparently it involves a dark and stormy night, and a young boy sailing for his life. But unfortunately for him, it kinda goes from bad to worse. See what I mean? But like any good story starting with a shipwreck, he ends up on an island no worse for wear than being knocked out. Well, I guess he lost all his stuff too, but he got found by a beautiful woman, so I guess this shipwreck has a silver lining? And we have mountains, and clouds, and eggs, apparently. And a title screen. This is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, my favorite Zelda game, and the first in what I hope is a long line of videos to help support my work. And my video game blog that nobody reads, but whatever. Now, I'm not quite used to doing videos like this. This is the first time I'm trying this, other than a couple other videos I've done with my friends, but this is my first solo project. So please excuse any audio issues, video issues, me stumbling over my words, because I tend to do that a lot. And hopefully I can create an entertaining videos for people to watch. Now, if there's anything I've learned from watching videos like this on YouTube, is that you should do your best to make it interesting for the viewer. So that's why I'm making this a 100% run-through of the game, in addition to a no-death run-through. I'll show and collect pretty much everything you can get in the game. Well, it's 100%, so I will be getting everything. Hopefully I'm not going to be forgetting anything. Oh, let's get started. It's gonna be a long road, so we might as well. First things first, though, a little Easter egg. If you put in your name as Zelda on the file select screen, all caps, you get this nifty dance remix of the Zelda theme. It's actually quite catchy. Our name's not Zelda. Our name's going to be Sparky. Except there's only 5 letters, so unfortunately the Y has to suffer. Spark. Good enough, I suppose. And like a bad night on the town, Link wakes up in a stranger's bed. What a relief! I thought you'd never wake up. You were tossing and turning. What? Zelda? No, my name's Marin. You must still be feeling a little woozy. You are on Koholint Island. Yeah, just a heads up, I'm not going to be attempting to do a woman's voice for any of these. But we can hop out of bed and talk to her again. Follow the lane south to reach the beach where I found you. Since you watched ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area. So be careful, okay? How we can talk to this guy. Well, Spark, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Taryn. Hope you're feeling better. What? How did I know your name? You think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on the back of this shield. Indeed, we already have our first item, the shield. It's actually a fairly handy tool, although I tend not to use it. And if we go to the pause screen here, we can see that we can switch it between the A and the B buttons at will. Just like any tool you get in this game. Except for one, but... Before we go to the beach, why don't we take a tour of the village? I believe it's called Mabe Village? Here we have a shop where we can't buy anything, since we have no money. Especially that shovel. That's gonna take a while. but the shovel is essentially essential for a 100% run, so... Hey man! When you want to save, just push all the buttons at once. Don't ask me what that means, I'm just a kid. Indeed, if you press A, B, start, and select all at once, it opens up the save menu. But you can only save and quit to the title screen, so we're not going to do that right now. We can duck in here. Yep, those are my boys, referring to all the children around town. Yes, Mabe Village really only is comprised of 3 families and the shopkeeper. Well, there's 2 shopkeepers, I guess. I'm Papal, nice to meet ya. I'll be lost in the hills later, so keep a lookout for me, here. And the game has already taken the 4th wall and pile-drived it into submission. Because they all look alike, even I am sometimes confused. By the way, my baby wants a Yoshi doll. Speaking of that 4th wall, I saw one at the trendy game, but I couldn't get it. Yeah, that's actually only the first of many, many cameos and crossovers in this game. Not much up there right now. Incidentally, another cameo, a Chain Chomp. And down here, we have another house. This is Uraira. How to say, please call outside. Not a very chatty person in person. A chatty person in person. But if we go to these conveniently placed phone booths, he acts as this game's hint system. Navi before Navi, I guess. You can talk to him at any point in the game, and he'll point you in the right direction. Oh, can't get in that shop yet. Because as we know, bushes are impenetrable objects that cannot be passed through unless you cut them down with a sword. Even though you can walk through them in other Zelda games. Oh hey, another Chain Chomp. And another. My Bow Wow is so proud of his fine fur coat. And you are now aware that Chain Chomps apparently have fur. More impenetrable bushes. And in here we have a library. You can use these books for a variety of hints. Let's take a look at one real quick. Secrets of the Whirling Blade. Read this book? Sure. The Whirling Blade technique has been handed down from generation to generation by the family of the hero. To use it, hold down the sword button and build up your power. When you have enough, you can release the button. Can you master this? Yeah, they're talking about the spin attack, but we don't have a sword yet, so we can't use it. We do, however, have enemies. Zelda Classic, Octoroks. You can reflect their shots with your shield, and just generally bump into them to get them out of the way, too. Indeed, there's not a lot we can do about the enemies. Those are levers. And that's a sea urchin. Not a lot we can do about enemies until now. And an owl. Hoot hoot, so you're the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there. Hoot! And just like that, we have been shanghaied into an adventure. But at least it'll be easier now that we have our sword. It has your name engraved on it. Nice to know Link is responsible for keeping track of his items. One force spin attack later, and we are off on our adventure. These are crabs. Yeah, the original enemies in this game tend to not have the most creative names. still wonder who came up with names like Octorok and Lever and Keese. Speaking of which, that's a monkey. You can't do anything to him, but you can attack his coconuts. Try to get stuff out of them. See if I can demonstrate that. I am suddenly taking a lot of damage. Yeah, see? You can get stuff like rupees. And we have an alligator and bananas. Welcome to Sale's House of Bananas. I'm Sale, and this is my house. Actually, my hobby is collecting rare and unusual canned food. My brother is an artist, so I guess strange hobbies run in the family. Yeah, because you're the... because he's the strange one. And you're not. Sure, whatever. I can dig it. Even though we were told to go to the mysterious forest, we're not going up there just yet. We have a couple things to take care of in Mabe Village real quick. Go away, Octorok. That is a Guardian Acorn. It's one of 2 special drops you can get from enemies. The Guardian Acorn boosts your defense. The damage you take is reduced by half. Oh, we can explore over here real quick. More Octoroks. Good for collecting money. We're gonna need at least 10 rupees before we leave the village. And we have a mysterious keyhole. A keyhole? It says Tail Keyhole. Yeah, we can't get in there just yet. We need to find the key. Yeah, forgive me if I go quiet on occasion. I'm not quite used to doing video commentary yet. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to find things to talk about when you're just wandering from place to place. But we're jumping down a hole now to find a goodie. You got a piece of heart. Press select on the sub-screen to see. Indeed, if we go to our sub-screen and press select, we can check how many pieces of heart we have. There are 12 in all in the game, in addition to the numerous heart containers you get from bosses. And while we're here, we can see that we're wearing a green tunic, and we have 0 out of 12 rectangles. I guess we're going to have to fix that. Oh yeah, pro tip. Dogs don't like it if you hit them with swords. Just thought I'd let you know. Hey, Marin. Taryn went to the forest to look for toadstools, but I'd rather sing. Listen to this. It's called The Ballad of the Windfish. A song that is essentially the game's theme. I actually quite like it. And it seems to have the power to hypnotize animals. Indeed, very nice. Ah yes, you can attack chickens still too. But, like usual, that's not really advisable. I wonder if there are any secrets in these bushes. Well, what do you know? There is! We found a secret seashell. They're the most numerous of the collectibles in this game. There being 26 in all. And because this is a 100% run, we are going to find all of them. Because I like you so much. Oh. I actually needed that rupee. Oh well, we've got what we need now. Into here. And there's that Yoshi doll the lady was talking about. Trendy game, one play is 10 rupees. Sure. A B buttons move the crane, the rest is just timing. Fortunately, the Yoshi doll isn't moving, so we don't need to do much timing. A little is required still to get the terrain in the right position. And we have our prize. You got a Yoshi doll. Recently, he seems to be showing up in many games. As much as I'd love to keep this little Yoshi doll for myself, we need to go deliver it to somebody. The Yoshi doll is actually the first in this game's trading sequence. In fact, I think this is the first game the traditional Zelda trading sequence showed up in. Where we trade items between people until we get our ultimate prize. Oh, will you give that doll to my baby? Sure, why not? You are indeed a generous person. I will give you this in return. And we get a bow. You traded your bow for a bow. Maybe you can trade the ribbon for something else. Indeed we can. We can actually complete the first few steps of the trading sequence fairly quickly. Since for the ribbon, we just have to come in here. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all. Sigh, and some new accessories would be nice. Oh, that ribbon! I need it! Will you trade it for my dog food? Well, can't turn down a free can of dog food. You exchanged the blah for a blah. It's full of juicy beef. I don't eat beef myself, so maybe we can find someone to give this to. Who happens to be down here, because we did just talk to somebody who said he collects canned foods. Out of my way, sea urchins. Out of my way, Octorok. Even though you really weren't in my way. Out of my way, Bush. Hello, Sail. What's that you have? It's canned food. For heaven's sake, man, give me that. Give that to me, please. He's hysterical. Of course we'll give it to him. And he eats it. Apparently by collecting canned food, he means eating it whole, can and all. That was great. I know it's not a fair trade, but here's some bananas. Yum. You gave him canned and got bananas in return. Good deal. And as much as I'd love to eat these bananas myself, we need to hang on to them for a while. Because we can't do the next step of the trading sequence for a little bit. Ah, get out of the way. Oh, that was a piece of power. It's the second one of those item drops I mentioned, and this one boosts your attack. As long as this music is playing, you're pretty much safe. Piece of power's got some nice bonus effects to it. But yeah. Oh. And they do wear off after a couple hits. I am probably taking way too much damage for my own good. We can fix that. See? Hearts. Apparently these bushes were very generous. And up here is the mysterious forest. It's a little bit mysterious. You don't say. Hello, owl. Hoot! Oh, brave lad, on your quest to wake the dreamer. Welcome to the mysterious wood. Much of mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint Island. If it's uncharted, why is there a map of the island? Well, I guess the people on the island would chart the island, but it would be uncharted for other people. Yeah, whatever. I'm afraid you might find it a trifle difficult to leave this island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key you find in this forest. The windfish is watching. Hoot! Didn't anybody ever tell him that it's impolite to stare? Well, as catchy as the mysterious forest music is, we're gonna take a quick break here. between major sections of the game, I'm going to be stopping the recording just to make sure everything's working okay. Cause I want this to go as good as possible. So, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, I'll be right back.